everybody, welcome to Moch Creations YouTube and Cosplay. My name is Caleb, you can call me LordMoch, and today we're going to be playing some 3.5 D&D in the world of Amanlashe. Ooh. Yeah! I'd like to introduce my players for this game, but real quick before I do that, I do want to mention that we had a recording issue during our first section for the good guy campaign. This is the bad guy campaign. But, so we will be starting our first episode in the middle of a dungeon. I do apologize for that. But,
they sucked it up anyway.
Yeah, so...
Losers! Straight up dog on. They can't listen to this.
They will listen to it. They don't know.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started and start introducing our players for the game. This is our bad guy campaign, and they are starting out at higher levels than the good guys. We'll start with Pendry here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am the amazing Pendo. I'm playing a Tlincalli, which is a scorpion folk, and I am an Avenger.
Alright, and Christina?
Oh yeah, we should probably say we're mostly playing like homebrew, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we are definitely doing a lot of homebrew play here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you didn't tell us who your scorpion folk's name is.
Oh yeah, Methias.
Methias, I like it. Especially since you just stole it directly from what,
The Scorpion King? I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Put a little effort into it.
And Christina.
I didn't know I forgot his name was Methias, so I imagine
Okay,
a lot of
Stargate.
people did too.
I still thought about it.
Alright. Anyway, yo.
Talk a little bit louder, just don't go, yo.
Yo! This is Christina. I'm playing a half-elf. His name is Ado. And I'm playing a Shaman. It's a homebrew version of it, not like the one that came out in 3.5.
Particularly a fire shaman, right?
Yeah, a fire shaman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I go by... Remember, my name is Adorin, but I go by Ado sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. And Marshall, what are you playing for us today?
Hi, I'm Marshall. Just going through the steps. I'm playing Mindflayer, and he's a Hemomancer. His name is Baal Asmodeus.
Nice.
I'm just the devil from two religions here.
No biggie.
My alignment is lawful evil. Obviously, we're all evil.
To a degree.
Technically, I'm neutral.
I'm neutral evil.
And then
I'm chaotic neutral.
uh,
Ooh, yeah.
it'll come into play later, but I also kind of have a smaller character as well.
Well, aren't you
Name
playing
is
the
Seth.
smaller character most of the time, and then the Mindflayer will come into play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's his name? I'm sorry.
Set.
And he is a
Level 2 human fighter.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you guys know, we are playing in the world of Amanlashe, my own creation here. And if you guys look at the map on screen right there, you can see one of the bigger islands next to the desert with a small river going through it, and that river is surrounded by forest. On that small island is the city of Cico. The city of Cico is a sprawling metropolis city-state, which means that this city is its own government. There's no overarching government, you know, overseeing its overseeing the people and everything. There are races from all over the world that come to Cico. If there are so many, if the population of a race is high enough, they get their own representative on the legislative council that sits as the governing body of the city. Cico is a wondrous place, but at the same time, it's kind of slummy. Think London during the heydays, right before the right during and before the Industrial Revolution. You know, there are parts of London that are really nice, but most of it's just a dark, damp, you know, kind of nasty place. Think Sweeney Todd. I like to think Sweeney Todd when I think of it. And that's just because there are so many people flocking to the city that's growing and growing at such a rate that, just like London, the streets are getting smaller, sewage is getting backed up, their slums are horrible places to live. And in the slums, we have two gangs who are vying for control of their areas, one being led by Pendry. What is the name of the gang?
The Poison Stingers.
All right, and what is your main source of income?
Prostitution.
Prostitution. Who doesn't like prostitution? Especially from some grade A pros, right?
Lonely people.
And what is the name of your gang, Marshall?
You better believe it. It's the Squidbillies.
I can't even.
Wow.
And what is your main form of income?
I dabble in what no prospering city can live without, and that's drugs, kids.
Okay.
So you're mainly moving three types of drugs. One is called tick. That's an anagram for terranium infused kelp.
Yep.
And if you guys are at home don't know what terranium is in its raw form, it looks like melted down silver, but it's kind of like oil in how it's drilled and found naturally in the world. Sea elves will actually go underwater and find terranium just leaking into the river, kind of like oil does naturally underwater at times. The kelp in that area will absorb terranium, and it will take on a more magical property. Now, what terranium is it's supposedly the lifeblood of the creator god Atar, but that's just hearsay. Terranium is a wonderful element that can be shaped into weapons, armor, or all kinds of different things, and then mages can actually use their magic to shape it again even after it's been forged and done. So it's a very unique element. And that the tick is supposed to be the tick. Every time I say it, I'm gonna laugh. It's supposed to be used as a healing salve. It's supposed to help take away pain and everything, but it is a very addictive substance, and it can be either snorted, smoked, or even elves kind of take it in a powdery substance and mix it with water and kind of mix it in their ear because their ears are so sensitive. So the other two types of drugs you have are Roxodon horns and Loxodon ivory.
Yep, and dragon scale.
And then dragon scale. And the Loxodon and the Roxodon stuff are kind of just aphrodisiacs. People think that since they're so sexually promiscuous that if you take a Roxodon's horn and powder it down and snort it or lick it or whatever, it's going to help performance. And then the Loxodon ivory is the same thing, kind of helps for performance, but supposedly helps in pregnancies. And the dragon scale armor, literally, there are dragon scale that will go missing because people will kidnap them and just peel their scales off and lick them for the hallucinogenic properties that dragons, because dragons are dragonborn are made from dragons and they're so magically infused that if you lick a dragon scales scales underneath it, you just can't go up to a dragonborn and start licking it. You actually have to peel the scale off and lick the back of it. And it's a hallucinogen.
Like a stamp.
It's like a stamp. You can't just lick the front of the stamp.
How
Like
do you
Toad
think I
on
found
Family
that
Guy.
out the first time? I was just trying to drink a dragon's blood and I licked it. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Oh.
But, so in the city of Cico, we find our players running their various businesses of gang-related activity and political business. Christina's character has come to Cico about 2 months ago, and it was announced that Prince Adorin of the Kingdom of Coise beckons your attention and will see all those interested in a message of what you're looking for the city for the half elves. And you took your time and met a bunch of people, but then you kind of just retired to your cottage in the outskirts of the city, and you made
Cottages. I don't think that counts.
estates.
Estate,
Yeah, it's an estate.
It's an estate. It's not a cottage. There's no cottage in the woods.
She's not slumming it with us.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, estate. Sorry.
I have an
Woo-hoo.
estate. Land.
But Christina's character has only been here for 2 months, while Pendry, literally, him and his fellow Tlincalli that he brought with him to Cico, took over the gang just about 3 or 4 months ago.
The only loyal members.
And now they are running a old gang's territory. Marshall's gang has been here for quite some time now. They are fortified. They are stable. They are. But you are losing people. There have been some arrests. You've been raided a few times. So unfortunately, that is hurting you a little bit.
Gonna have to talk to those damn police officers.
In the slums around the Poison Stingers and the Squidbillies territories, there have been some random arsons that have destroyed a few of the homes and businesses surrounding them. Marshall has been informed by one of his underlings that was out to rob Aphex and his caravan. If you guys don't know, Aphex and his caravan was something that happened in the Good Guy campaign. Just to go over it real quick, Aphex was a wizard from the city of Deepgate that was in the city going to the ruins outside of the city called the Bleeding Heart Ruins. They were going out there to find something. Marshall found some inside information and sent some of his guys out to rob them while they were out on the road. One of his guys came back and says, "Boss, you won't believe what we found. Look at these plans for this amazing golem-looking creature. Oh, and we found you this, and we also found you this necklace-looking thing. I think it's gonna help out with, like, you know, your constitution."
Am I able to read everything?
Yeah, you can read everything. So what the plans dictate is that it is what's being called a warforged. The warforged is made of basic materials, wood, metal, and everything, but there is a terranium infused all throughout its body. From what you can tell, once the power source that they're looking for has been put into the warforged's heart cavity, the warforged will be turned on and can start using that battery to move the terranium in his body to activate any weapons that he wants, as long as he has enough terranium. So, like, he can shape and forge a terranium sword that comes out of his wrist. He can create all these So, pretty much, they're making the ultimate warrior. The ultimate soldier, the ultimate policeman, the ultimate, you know... Now, it does say in the plans that they needed something from the Bleeding Heart Ruins. Your guy says, "Don't worry, boss. The other two guys, they're out there right now trying to get that for you. They're going to put it in the thing and bring it on back. You're going to have this ultimate big bad enforcer. It's going to be the best, boss." Did I do good? By the way, am I talking to Set?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
I imagine I would talk to Set, because that's the guy that your people know is the boss.
As the boss, he's like, "Yes, you did very well. So I will need to go over these plans and figure out what our next course of action is going to be."
All right, boss. Well, I'll just head on over to the God, I forgot the name of the casino that I was. The Watery Deep. I'll head on over to the Watery Deep and make sure things are running smoothly. Oh, and by the way, here's that that pendant I found. I think it's really nice, and I don't know why they had it, but you know, it might help with your constitution. So you just got a pendant in your arms.
Yeah.
If you put it on, your constitution is always considered to be 19, and you have a +4 in that now.
As long as you're wearing it.
Yeah,
as long as you're wearing it, yes. As long as you're wearing it.
So that's gonna be like, "Yes, you did a very good job."
All right, boss. Well, I'll go over here and, you know, I'll wait for the guys at the casino, okay?
But don't go too far. I might need to speak to you later.
All right, sounds good.
Can we randomly pause and just make sure that it's recording?
Yeah, it's recording. I have the screen up. I'm keeping it up.
Okay.
No worry. Everything's recording fine right now.
Okay.
No flat line.
All right. So
Just making sure.
what's up?
I think his first course of action would be to go speak with Baal.
Speak
Go
with Baal.
Speak with himself.
Okay. Yeah, go talk. Do you
Talk to
want me to
yourself,
act as
Mark.
Set and then tell you what happened?
I'm sure we could just skip that. Like,
Well, okay, yeah. Because you're gonna go tell the
I was like,
Mindflayer,
he's not
right?
gonna lie.
Yes, I still don't know how to. properly separate the two yet.
Well, I'll take all the information that Set was just given and give it to you. So, like, my Lord Baal, I have been given these instructions and plans from the caravan that we were sent out to raid, and one of our members, I'll name him Joey right now, brought back the information. Fingus and
Did you bring back what I desired?
my Lord Fingus and Durger are out at the ruins right now trying to find a power source for the Warforged in these plans that I brought for you. And I have a gift, this lovely pendant that should help in your endeavors.
This is an unexpected surprise. I'm very pleased to hear this. Now, keep in mind, I do want you to send
Fingus and Durger?
back to me at some point later in the night.
As soon as they return, my lord, they will be yours. They will be at your command.
Alright, and you are certain that no one else is aware of all these plans?
The only people that know are Fingus, Durger, and Joey.
Very well. Go outside and await instructions.
Yes, my lord. Now, as Set makes his way out, if Set makes his way out, he's going to start running business as usual, and a bunch of your people that pay you protection costs and everything, they've been waiting for an audience with you, and a bunch of people are saying that they want the cause of these arsons to be, they want it to be stopped. They want you to catch who's doing it. They want you to protect them, or they're not going to pay you anymore. They're literally saying, why do we pay you if you're not going to keep us protected? There's literally been 4 house fires and 2 businesses have gone down. Luckily, none of them have stricken your area, but it's literally right outside your area.
So it's not in the territory.
But it's literally right outside your area. And it looks like it could just happen at any time now. We're talking like across the street.
But these people are in my district.
These people are in your district, and they're saying they want you to stop it before it happens to them. They trust you more than the constable. They trust you more than the local law enforcement. They think that you'll actually get something done while the lazy cops will sit on their butts and
Right. As I said before, we are looking into it. Right now, my gang is extremely tied and separated and very busy, but we will get to it and address it as soon as possible. That is the best I can do for you right now, and I do not want to hear of this again.
Some of them I'm gonna roll for it actually. Ooh, okay. So most of them are like, okay. But a couple people mentioned that they've been a couple people mentioned that they've been over in the Poison Stingers area, and they got some people over there that maybe maybe if you went and made an olive branch, you guys could work together, because he's got way more people than he needs. In fact, I've heard that he's in the hole right now.
Damn.
So
Right under that bus.
I mean, I'm into prostitution, so.
So if
Are all of my gang members at like the bar and the casino right now? It's just
not
they're just
all
talking
of them.
to me.
Not all. Not these
They're
are
just talking to Seth.
There's a couple of your guys around you. Like, there'll always be a couple guys around you, at least 3 or 4. But these are just some of the patrons in your area. Maybe the guy that runs the alchemist shop for you is there talking like, "Look, man, I run the alchemist shop for you. I don't want to be there if a fire starts. Blah blah blah." These are those people, okay?
All right.
And some of them are just mentioning that like some of them go up to go score, with some pros up in the Scorpion Tails, the Poison Stingers area, and they're just mentioning that, hey, I've heard a rumor that he's in the hole, and he's got a lot of guys. Maybe you got, and they're having the same problem up there.
Are these users or just patrons?
Just patrons. You don't have a tweaker in there going, hey, like I heard, if you give me an ounce of tick, maybe I got some information for you.
Alright. Very well. I will look into it.
And one of your guys will verify, because they're always out and about in the city listening in, like, boss, I think he's right,
So yeah, I'll do one of those. I'll do a lean into one of my right hand guys and have him whisper into my ear and be like, okay, to verify it, and then he'd be like,
so
all right,
are you gonna send? Are you sending a guy to that area? To the Poison Singers area? And
I will, but once again, I think I'll have my main response is like, I must sit and think about this.
All right, sounds good. Now we're gonna move over to Pendry real quick. Pendry, same kind of things happening. Like, so far you've been lucky. No one's none of your businesses have burned down. None of your patrons' businesses have burned down. But it's happening right all around your area, and you're in the hole, 71 gold right now. So you're kind of, I imagine you might be a little upset.
It's a bad month.
I can tell you right now that part of your problem is that you have way too many guys in your employ. Because you do run a prostitution circle, and but you don't have to run all over the city. You're concentrated in your area, while Marshall's gang has to run throughout the city. They have to deliver goods from the docks, and all these things.
You got into way too much of this game. Like, we get it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm a very thorough dungeon master.
I know. It's like, okay.
Setting the scene.
So same thing though. You're in the Scorpion's Den, which is your local gang's hangout. And one of your guys comes in and goes, Boss, there's a bunch of people out there. Bunch of people from the area. They're mad as hell. And they're saying that they want you to solve the problems. That any day now, those fires can be their homes, their businesses. What do you want me to do?
They wouldn't dare attack any of our places.
Maybe you should go out there and show some strength, boss.
Fine. Let's get out there.
All right. So you get out, you go outside, and you see maybe 20 people. They're rabble.
That's 100%.
Rabble, fire! Rabble, fix it! Rabble, do something! Rabble.
All of you shut up. Nothing has hurt any of our businesses or locations yet. And anyone knows that if they mess with the poison stingers, that they're gonna get stung.
Christina, I want you to roll a listen check real quick.
Wait, am I there?
Did you watch a bunch of DBZ episodes before you started?
Did you?
I was totally thinking Hercule for his voice, guys. or
I knew it was.
Nappa,
I knew it was Dragon Ball Z.
Vegeta.
It sounds like Nappa.
That's
Actually.
what I was saying. I goofed up
Yeah, so... Yeah, I got a 4. I'm not listening to shit.
Well, Christina, you just happen to kind of be outside, talking to, I don't know, what's her name? Fyra. We'll call her Fyra. No.
What, Bulma?
I'm trying to think of the female Genasi's name.
I don't know if you gave her a name.
I didn't give her a name. Do you have a name in mind, Pendry? That's her favorite person to visit.
My favorite lady.
Lady of the night.
Fyra's good.
And I'm
Fyra?
busy. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, you're busy flirting, and chatting her up.
But I wouldn't be outside doing that.
Oh no, she was outside.
I know, but I'm not outside. What's the point of me paying extra for discretion if I'm
You're
outside?
You're walking in, is what I'm saying. Like she's outside, standing outside, and you're walking past, about to go in.
Oh, so I'm all cloaked up.
Yeah.
I probably use disguise actually. My spell disguise.
And all of you know that security isn't cheap. Unless you guys are going to fork out extra money, I'm not going to worry about anything until it directly hurts us.
That's fair. No, I'm not paying attention at all. I don't care.
All right.
I don't care.
So I
what
want you to roll. I want you to roll like.
And if any of you have a problem with that, you can come talk to me face to face.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check. Real quick.
23.
23.
Damn.
What did you roll?
14.
Okay.
Yeah, they're scared. Fuck
So,
you.
they're not scared. They're not scared shitless, but they're scared. Because I actually rolled really high. I wasn't expecting that roll. But they kind of like okay, yeah, he's got a point. It hasn't affected us yet. God, calm down.
You're the one that came to me, taking up my time.
Taking up my time.
So they kind of go away.
Yeah, so piss off unless you guys have something of real concern.
The fact that it's just a giant half scorpion chilling out there isn't enough to be like, boo.
Right. Well, they live in the
But
area,
you know,
so
when you
see
get used to
them.
seeing them all the
Yeah.
time, you know, like if you've never seen a giant half scorpion, that's
Like,
different.
oh my god!
But
You see
like
him every
when
day
he
for
first
months,
showed
yeah.
up, when he first showed up, everyone's like, "Oh my god, run!"
Yeah, it's been 4 months.
Now they're like, ah, it's just this
They're
drunken
probably
idiot.
Now they're just like, "Oh yeah, he's the normal boss, you know. He hasn't killed anybody lately."
Big boss man. Put on my big boy pants.
Gator wants his gat. Anyway.
Okay.
And then we'll turn around to head back in.
So one of your guys kind of like, you know, goes, "By the way, boss, we haven't handled all our money issues yet. If we don't hurry up and pay,
What are they gonna do?
I mean, you know,
They'll get it when we have it. That's how it works.
well, I have an idea, boss.
What?
What if, like, part of the problem is we got too many people here.
You okay, Marshall?
What if we
We
hired
got
out?
lots of mouths to feed around here.
What if we kind of hired out our services?
Try not to, but
Don't we already pretty much do that?
Well, what I'm saying is there's some other gangs in the area that don't have enough people, and they don't even have enough people to keep their places safe because they're running all their normal business. What if we hired out maybe, I don't know, 10 guys and tried to charge enough to cover our losses for this month, but maybe make a little bit of profit?
Extra money's always good.
So,
Put out some feelers, see if there's anybody that needs any extra security.
all right, sounds good.
And
So,
make sure they know that nobody messes with the with the poison scorpions unless they want to get stung.
I hate that you keep saying it, but I love that you say
Now
it.
go do it and come back to me when you have an actual answer.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and fast forward real quick, Marshall, to one of and what was your lieutenant's name again? I'm sorry.
Memnon.
Memnon. Gosh.
Scorpion King.
We'll say Memnon decides to go personally because you know, show of force, you know, and you're all about intimidation, you know. But you hear talk that there's
I
a
give my gold to you, by the way.
And make sure you let me know if that's who I'm talking to, because I wouldn't talk to him like he's a...
oh, okay, yeah,
a piece of crap.
I didn't think of it like that.
So am I just like in the
Yeah,
house right now, just doing whatever,
just having some fun.
having some fun with my chosen lady? Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Well, if you want to roleplay that real quick, we
no,
can.
that's okay. We can skip
You
that.
sure? You
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
You don't have any like questions? Maybe some intel that you want to get?
Don't want to talk about haggling the price.
I'm not about. There's no necessary. Like,
You don't have any like information you want to get your hands on right now, or you know?
no. I
Wants to get her
literally-
hands
I
on
came-
something
I
else.
came here for one thing, and that is what I want. That's it.
Gosh, damn.
Your massage therapy.
Yes. I'm de-stressing right now from my life.
All right.
where
Well,
I'm doing zero things.
since you don't want to roleplay anything like that right now,
No, I'm good.
we'll say like about an hour's passed since everything's happened, because both of those things are going to happen simultaneously for you guys. You hear before he even like gets within 2 blocks that a known poison stinger. Is it poison scorpions or poison stingers?
Poison scorpions.
Okay, because I have poison stingers written down. So, but you know a poison scorpion is in the area. It's not just any poison scorpion. It's the lieutenant of the gang. And you, one of your guys comes up to you right now and go, boss, look, one of the poison scorpions is coming into our area. And it's not just one of them. It's Lieutenant Memnon. Should I have him come straight to you, or should you want to go to him, or what's the deal here?
Usually I'd never allow them into our territory, but that means something. Bring him to me.
Bring him straight to you? Got it, boss. So he literally goes and grabs like 5 other guys and
disarm him.
Disarm him? Okay. Well, I mean, disarm
He's got
a
some
scorpion
natural
who has an already attached tail and 2, pincers. All right. We'll even have Memnon show up unarmed because he's just like, I don't need it, boss. Okay, so they go out there and Memnon does this whole thing, like he rears up tall real quick, and he looks down at those 6 guys and he goes, "What? The boss says he wants to see you. Follow us." He's like, and they go, "But first, hand over any weapons. You want me to hand over myself then? Because I am a weapon."
Oh yeah.
That's right.
They just kind of look at him like, "Do you have any freaking swords or anything?"
Respect it.
That means the plans you got earlier were just a scorpion-shaped warrior. That's what they were.
So,
Because we're the perfect warriors.
everything goes. He doesn't have any weapons on him. He goes, "Now, enough of this crap. Take me to your boss." So, they take you to your base of operations. It's on your map. I don't remember the name of it. Just Squidbilly's base.
The pineapple under the sea.
It was SpongeBob.
No. Upstairs. Just right in the fridge.
One of your guys announces, "Boss, we brought you Memnon from the Poison Scorpions." He kind of like pushes him out of the way. "I don't need no introduction.
Alright. Let's see here.
Listen here, Set. We got some business to discuss.
Yeah? What about?
Look here. There's been these fires all across town happening. I know you're running low on men.
They're not bothering our territory.
They're not bothering our territory either, but it could bothering your territory at any time. And I know you need men.
We're strong as ever.
Y'all so scared.
Let's not bullshit here. Let's talk candy. Let's talk money.
Did you say candy?
I don't know. Let's talk sweets. I don't know.
They're scorpions. Pick something scorpions would.
Let's talk venom.
Jesus. Never mind.
Let's
Keep
sink
going.
our claws into it.
Look,
Oh my
So
God.
does that mean you know what's going on?
I know there's a fire bug and we need to stop it before anything happens to interrupt our business.
Well,
He's only gonna get bolder and bolder with every time we let him get by with one. And by the way, this is I didn't know if I mentioned it. This has been getting progressively worse and worse and worse. These
and
fire.
no one has been able to find out.
No one's been able to find out who it is.
Well, since you're coming to us, obviously you need our help.
I don't need your help. You know what? I'm just gonna come out straight saying I need your money.
Really?
So I'm prepared to offer you 10 of our best guys. 10 of our best to work to do whatever you do whatever you need with them.
Other than kill them.
Other than kill them,
We should probably negotiate that.
Well, I think it's implied. Excuse me for thinking it's implied.
Gangsters. Nothing's implied.
I'm willing to. We're willing to offer you 10 of our best, even a couple of Tlincalli, to really bring fear into your quadrant.
And what do you expect from us?
Money.
100 gold.
Ooh.
Just 100 gold to make sure your profits stay safe and we catch this firebug working together even faster. You know that we've got the information. Everybody visits our whorehouse. Nobody is stupid enough to go anywhere else. So we've got the info.
Well, that explains how you know about us.
Well,
About
you
what's
know,
going on
loose
in
lips.
our organization.
Loose lips, you
The
know.
ladies
Gonna
are
have-
good.
gonna have to talk.
The ladies are good at loosening them up.
Gonna have to discuss that.
Oh, don't worry. We always make sure to give them squidbillies a nice little taste. I hear a couple of your boys happen to like the rock gnomes sisters.
Who exactly are those?
Well, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but if you were to agree to that price, I could name a couple names of who's being too loose with their lips.
I think that we can come to some sort of an agreement with that. So, to start with, give me some names, and then we'll go from there.
Man. Opening my mouth so hard. I mean, if only you could weigh my bottom lip down with some gold.
Are you implying that I fatten your lips so it just drops?
Man, nobody said that Seth doesn't have a pair on him. He just kind of reads back and laughs out loud. And you even see his clackers kind of going. Ah! He's like snapping over and over again, kind of clapping. Look here, Seth. You know I'm not going to give you nothing for free. So just agree to the terms, and you know my information's good. I'm not going to lie to you. You can do a sense motive check if you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you can do it with either Baal or Set. It doesn't matter which, because isn't Baal always there? He's just like cloaked up and hidden.
He's close enough that he could probably read his thoughts if he had to.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
He's like looking through the little eye holes on the plane.
Following him. He's like, did something just move?
Nope.
Scooby-Doo shit going on in
There's
here.
some Scooby-Doo shit going on here.
Scooby-Doo.
Put the candle.
Yeah, because he's always within earshot.
Oh yeah, I imagine he is.
So sense motive.
Uh-huh.
Nice. 24.
Alright. You can tell he's not lying. But how much of it is the truth? You know that there's enough there to at least entice you into agreeing.
Alright, well. I'm gonna say 85 gold sounds more appealing.
85 gold.
Am I able to do a diplomacy for that?
Yeah, you can do a diplomacy. He'll do one against you too. Why not? Pendry.
17.
Yeah, you beat him. Ugh, boss isn't gonna like this. Alright, 85 gold it is.
Alright.
Alright. So the names.
Agreed.
You know that Joey kid that just keeps coming in all the time and just like, you know, talking all the damn time, thinking that he's just gonna get promoted over and over again because he does his job. What kind of man is that? You do your job because you do your job. And then you got, gosh, I want to come up with names. You know, I want to come up with names, but I don't know.
Just throw out some of the
just
random ones you got from before.
That's not fair. They're probably.
No, I mean, like, when we were looking through...
Oh, okay.
The great name generator.
Franken. And the last name he'll give you is Josiah. I don't know why Josiah was on my brain. Them boys tend to open up their lips, open up their mouths wide and talk when the Rock Gnome sisters are there.
Oh my god.
Alright. Go tell your master we have an agreement.
He'll collect it all, like, attached to his, hip and go, good doing business with you, set. We'll put in our monthly order for that, Roxo horn and that sweet ivory here soon.
And fellas, make sure he makes it to our border just fine.
Alright. So he gets escorted out. Christina, this whole entire time, you're kind of like, flirting, doing your thing with, Fyra.
I'm doing my thing with the time, yep.
You put on your KY jelly lube and it starts burning.
Details that I don't need.
That's a joke. That stuff burns. Don't buy it. It's horrible.
Oh my god.
Is that your session PSA?
This is my public service announcement. Fuck KY. Anyway, so Memnon gets back, goes straight to you.
Ah, Memnon, my oldest friend. How did it go?
Well, boss, I wasn't able to get the full 100 gold.
What? You couldn't talk it out of those fish bellies?
No, boss. It looks like they're actually toughening up a little bit. But I did cover our losses. And I got us a small profit.
I guess better than nothing.
I got us 14 gold profit now. I can take care of the briberies. I can take care... We're not going to be losing any of our boys now. But we got to send two of our own in that tent.
Fine.
Now, how hard they'll work, you get what you pay for. So by this time it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Business is starting to ramp up everywhere. More guys are coming to the brothels. More guys are coming to your guys' casinos. There are people coming to buy their nightly habit. And Christina, you've probably completed your session. So you came there under disguise as Ado, or
no. I probably just look like the most generic random person ever, honestly.
So just like a generic half elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I could make, because I have a disguise spell, so don't worry, guys. Like I'm using that.
I want you to roll. I want you to roll a. You have bluff?
Yeah.
I want you to roll a bluff check.
Why?
Because you've been trying to hide who you are. And, one of the things that these girls do besides, perform very, very appealing acts is to get information. So, unless
Okay.
you're just going to keep...
Okay. No.
Now, do you trust Spyra enough to tell her, like, who you really are or anything?
Okay, how about... That's not what I meant. Like, I don't care if the girls know who I am.
Oh, so you'll, like,
I'm
say,
saying-
I'm Prince Adorin?
No. When I walk in and out, I use the disguise. But once I'm in there...
You're Prince Adorin?
I'm playing for discretion. I'm paying for good discretion.
That's fine.
So...
But do they know that you're Prince Adorin, or do they
Yes.
just know, okay. Also, I want you to roll because you are a fire mage, and you are going after a fire genasi all the time, and somehow you're never hurting yourself.
So people are, what, confused?
She's confused.
I have, like, I have a fire emblem thing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Never mind. I forgot that you had the pendant that makes you resistant.
I have fire immunity in a pendant.
I forgot about the pendant. Calm down. So
I was like, what is she confused about?
now I want to do
Unless
some.
I take it off, and then I'm like, haha, like, watch
Do you
me.
take it off?
No.
Okay. So you just like let it hang while you're like
Yeah.
pile driving.
Why not?
So what do you talk about?
What do we talk about?
You just go there, 1-2 pump chump, and then you're out.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't talk at all. You.
What do you think? I'm not paying her to talk to her.
Could-
I'm already paying 5 gold just to be in here, and so they don't talk about me. What am I gonna... Like,
Wow, you have no desire for companionship or nothing. You just want to dump a load and get out.
yes, I have companionship all the time. I have all my spirits. I don't need people. I just need...
Wow.
I just
You know, I'm gonna
I enjoy
hold on.
physical release.
She is oddly curious to know a little bit more about you.
Okay, well, what is...
So she goes, so she'll start asking questions like, so are you here to stay now, Prince Adorin? Like, you know, because you've been visiting a lot, but you haven't left Cico. Are you now staying permanently in Cico? If you don't want to talk, you can just say, I don't want to talk to you. Fuck off.
Well, no, I'm trying to think of, like, what would be the appropriate response. Like, yes, I plan to stay here for an extended period of time.
So, you never stay to chat or anything. Is there something wrong with me, or do you not, you know, and she starts, like, puffing her hair up a little bit, you know, doing girl things, like, you know, making sure her chest is out a little bit more, you know, and like to her, like, to be honest, these girls, while they'll do their sex acts like they're supposed to, they are supposed to get information too. So she's probably been in a little trouble for not getting anything out of you. And it's not that the information is going to be used to expose that you've been coming here. They could use anything that you give them for anything else, but they don't know what you have.
I don't know what she wants either.
And obviously you have something to hide because you're paying to have it hidden.
I just don't want it to be publicly known that I just come here.
No. Remember what I asked though. Like, you never stay and talk. Is there something wrong with me?
No.
Well, do you want to, you know, get to know each other a little bit more?
Well, I only get a stipend, so it's not like I can just keep paying you to...
Oh, well, we're just sitting here we can just go down and sit in the waiting room and chat a little bit.
Too many people walk in and out of there.
Hold that thought for a moment. And she leaves and...
I suppose I could do it in disguise. I just really like...
She leaves and goes and talks to the madam.
I just thought about that. I was like, I could just do a disguise.
She'll leave and go talk to the madam and she's pretty much telling the madam, like, look, he's gonna talk now, but I need the room for free for a little bit. If you want the information for not Memnon, Methias, I have to have the room for free for a little bit.
And sorceress would understand.
Yep. So Methias, and she goes, yeah, Methias will want that. So we go ahead and take the room for a little bit. She comes back and goes, "We got the room for a while. You don't have to pay. Let's just sit here and talk. Tell me what you like. How do you like Cico? Have you been here before?"
I have.
"Oh yeah? When were you last here?"
That's rather complicated, but I was here a few years ago.
"What were you doing here?"
Seeing the sights, the people.
"It's a wonderful town.
It is a very nice town."
You know, it's said that if you can't find it in Cico, you can't find it anywhere."
That's pretty true. I've spent a lot of time in the markets.
So have you taken a particular taste in me for some reason?
Just attracted to your fire.
Well, if she could blush, she'd like, I guess, blue embers pop out of her cheeks a little bit. Like maybe she knows how to do it, like on command. Like, oh, you're too kind.
Teehee.
Have you heard about the fires that have been going on all over the city? A lot of people have been blaming me and my kind.
I did hear of that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. All it's doing is bringing up the stigma that, you know, fire genasi are destructive people. They think it's actually, you know, a couple of them that have been targeted for racial reasons. But I know it hasn't been any of my kind.
Well, fire is known to be destructive.
But it also can be very beautiful and creative. I mean, and she holds out her hand and like some flames kind of erupt from her hand, and it's a silhouette of a beautiful woman dancing. I mean, look, it's not just about destruction. There's a passion to it, a life energy to it.
That's why I'm here.
And someone kicks down the door.
Methias comes in. Tell me what you want! Tell us what I want! No.
I don't even know what they could possibly want from me anyway.
Anything they can get. Like, you know.
No, it's fine. Keep going. Like, I'm not.
So I've heard that you're here to increase the population of half-elves that are living in Cico.
Ah, yes.
So they get official representation.
That is exactly why I'm here.
How has that been working?
That's a very odd thing for you to ask.
I hear a lot.
Mm.
I know a lot.
But you're not a half-elf.
Well, it doesn't mean I haven't met a half-elf or two.
Well, you might meet more.
None as handsome as you, though.
Obviously.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of questions now. Like I'm trying to delve into it, you know, like.
It's going fine.
Are you staying in the city or are you staying in the state?
Obviously, I do not take up residence inside the city. It's much too crowded here.
It is. Luckily, I've not had any children, so I don't have to share my living quarters, but... Trick, I burn everything away.
Huh. Oh, okay. I didn't...
Man, that was gross, actually, now that I think about it.
It's like, that's not something I expected to be shared, so it's like, oh. Alrighty then. That's probably why the fires are so terrible. Everything is so close together.
It's really unfortunate. I mean, I do admit that I fear for our future here, because any day now, and it can all be gone. I'd be homeless out on the street.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure they'll catch whatever terrible ruffian it is soon enough.
I have a lot of faith in Methias, but let's just say his faculties don't reside in the mind, but more in the. And she kind of does like a weak girl flex, like muscles. Well, I can't really think of anything else that she can ask you to like get any more information out of you. So she goes, same time next week?
Yeah, if I don't come sooner.
I do love that you prefer me over anyone else. It makes me feel special.
You're just very alive.
She kind of looks at you like, did you fuck something dead before? like, ew. But she goes, okay. Well, like, what else am I supposed to think there?
It's alive in spirit. Lively.
Okay.
We don't have any corpses on staff, so...
got a dragonborn that we just killed over there if you want to fuck.
Alright, we're getting off track.
Yeah, we are getting off track.
Let's not do that. How about that?
Okay. So, unless you two have something planned for before we get to nighttime, we're going to skip to nighttime.
Nighttime is the right time.
The only thing I was thinking is I was gonna have Set basically have a powwow with Baal.
Okay. So you don't have to like have the dialogue. Just kind of tell us what you're.
Sum it up.
Just,
basically because like Set and Baal aren't always within earshot, and he's not actively listening in on Set's thoughts anymore. So he basically at the end of each day he just goes and they discuss the day's events and what the plans are and everything like that. And so to make sure that everything was still okay, and that's the Baal was okay with everything basically.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and cut real quick. So we got a bathroom break going, and we'll be right back. Okay, so you're getting ready to leave the establishment now?
Yeah. I'll just put on like generic elf, half elf face.
Okay, so you're doing the disguise self spell, or are you doing? Okay, all right. So some time passes. It's later. It's late at night. Did you go back to your estate, or are you staying in the city tonight? Or did you go back to your estate and now you're heading back into the city? Because I can tell you right now, you're feeling the impulse.
Okay.
You're feeling the itch.
What time is it when I'm leaving?
When you're leaving, oh, it's like 6 o'clock. Well, no, you got there. It was 5 o'clock earlier, so yeah, it's about maybe you did your hour from 4 to 5, and then you sat and talked for maybe like I don't know, half an hour, small talk, chit chat, So it's 5:30.
Okay, I'm probably gonna stay in town.
Stay in town.
I'll probably go to like a tavern.
Do you want to go to the tavern in the poison scorpions area?
Sure.
Well, he has his menu there if you want to, order some food or something.
Okay. I got me a menu.
I think I did cool stuff by like getting a menu in there. I was gonna get you a menu, but I was like done by that point. I can get one though. It's not. No. It's just a generated thing. It's not hard.
We cater weddings and bar mitzvahs.
This is a roasted dragon.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a real dragon. It's just like
crusty brand imitation.
Well, that's disappointing.
9 out of 10 orphans can't tell the difference.
You know how hard it would be to like hunt. That meal would cost way more.
That's why I was just like, is that Just like it's an actual dragon? Or
No, it's not actual dragon. Ridiculous.
Sure, I guess I'll take the roasted dragon and blue cheese with the wine.
Okay, well make sure you subtract the because you have 100 gold right now.
Tip your sword.
Well,
Oh, and you need to make
technically-
sure to subtract the 85 gold from your net income, Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't have that on me.
But it doesn't matter if you have it on you. Just subtract the 100, subtract the 5 gold that you paid earlier.
I'm technically playing 6.
Huh? Oh yeah, you paid 6.
And I've got 14 now, right?
Yeah, you've got 14 now.
Yeah, I'm
Gosh,
rich.
you're so poor compared to everyone else.
And then
It's all
how much
good.
was that meal of silver?
How much was that meal in silver?
2 or
Roasted dragon,
But with the blue cheese.
4 silver.
4 silver. Okay, so take 1 gold piece away and just give yourself 6 silver pieces now.
Yeah.
That's a pricey meal.
It's dragon.
It's roasted dragon. Well, dragon.
Whatever.
Okay.
Probably. It's cool. I like.
So,
I like eating.
Pendry, you're definitely either at your casino or at your tavern. It doesn't matter which. You can pick one if you want.
Probably be at the tavern, because,
Tavern.
yeah.
Set is either going to be at, his tavern or his casino. It just depends on what you want. Does Set have a gambling addiction?
No, Baal wanted both of them to go to the tavern,
Okay.
so that way they could ask why the tavern owes them money.
Wait, is the tavern owned by you?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Let me see it real quick. Because I think I might have messed up. Because if you own
There's
the
two
tavern...
separate ones in my
Oh, there's 2
district.
separate taverns?
In my district.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, so you're going to the other tavern then.
And the one at the top, you said.
Oh, I didn't mean to put Oju in that one. Because if you own it, you know why you don't. You know why you don't have any money. It's the places that you don't own that. Because you know how much. If you own it, you know how much. You know why you didn't get that the profit that month. So my bad.
Not necessarily.
Well, right now you've been spending every day running your business.
Yeah.
But when you guys start going to be away, that's when the Dow comes in. But the general store owes you money, and the craft shops all owe you money. So my
Might
bad.
be closed at this time.
Yeah, they'd probably be closed at this time. You'd have to go back the next day, and you probably like you could have mentioned it to one of your guys to find out why, if you want to.
Well,
Like, why haven't they paid their? And they can come up and tell you now.
while they're all around, Set's servant is gonna whisper in his ear, and what he's gonna be telling him, he's like, we need to find out where the craft shop and general store owners.
There's 3
live.
craft shop stores, just so you know. Just so you know. That's
Okay.
what the times 3 for there is for.
Well, we'll start with the general store. We need to find out where the owner lives.
Okay. So, well, you know where he lives. He lives. The general store is the store, and he either lives in the back, like as a living area, or upstairs. Because that's kind of how the businesses were ran back in the day. You kind of had your store and your home in the same housing area.
All right, and then Set will tell him we're going to the general store.
Okay. So you guys go to the general store. It is closed, but if you knock on the door, or you just tell me what you want to do.
We'll go to the door that we know he lives in.
Okay. And
Knock on it, obviously.
the moment, like, because he'll open like a wooden shutter and like peek out, and like you just see in his eye, like, fuck, you just like, oh shit, and he opens the door, goes, hello. And he kind of like puts on a charm. Lord Set. How can I help you today, sir?
I'm assuming one of my minions is gonna do the thing for me.
Oh yeah, you can totally do it if you want. Yeah, that's fine.
He's just gonna grab him and push him up against the wall. You know why we're here.
He's just like, look. I'm sorry. I didn't even have enough to barely cover costs this month. If you give me a chance though, next month, not only will I give you what I owe for this month, and next month, but I'll tack on whatever you want. Just please let me go.
Does he have a family?
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna be that evil.
I'll hold on. We'll go ahead and roll. Like, he has a wife, obviously, and he has 4 kids.
Damn.
Let's see. And we'll just roll for each one. So he has 1, 2. God, if they're all daughters, that would suck. 3. He has all daughters.
Well, that explains why he has no money.
By the way, that was a woman who said that.
He's prepping all the dowries.
And 2 of them are definitely of age.
Oh, that's awkward.
None of them are married.
How much in debt?
How much are they in debt?
Yeah.
So if you look at, is there nothing written down for profit?
Monthly upkeep 60, and then just says owe you.
Okay, so he didn't have any profit this month, but what you've been doing is you've only been charging 20% of what they have in profit.
Is he one of? Does he sell my drug as well?
No, he does not sell your drugs at all. You could start making him though.
Was that part of the agreement? He just wanted protection, but he didn't want to.
He didn't want. He's. I don't touch that stuff.
Well, let me put it this way. My associate here has a pound of, what's that, Tika?
Tick.
Tick.
Just tick.
Has a pound of tick, and we can leave it here and start directing people to your lovely establishment here. Or we can leave with a finger.
Oh my god.
He's like terrified at this moment, and he's trying to weigh his. I'm gonna roll for him. He's weighing his honor as a person, and like the fact that he doesn't touch that stuff, against the possibility of just going, oh shit, you know.
Well, he might need his fingers.
Well, I mean,
He's got 10 of them.
oh shit, yeah. He's too scared. He's taking the pound.
All right.
He's taking the pound.
Giving him a pounding.
Well, he's taking the drugs. That's what I meant. He's taking the pound of tick.
I know.
Well, just making sure because he's like giving the pound, and I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. Like he's.
Do you know the profit margin, like what it's cut down into?
See, that's something I didn't really do. I just went with
Do you know how much theoretically a kilo would cost?
I don't. So,
all right. No, that's fine.
Like,
We'll
you
just
leave him enough to catch up.
Yeah. Let's just I'll figure that out later and all that stupid crap. Let's just say
If you want to go
when-
that far in depth with it, we'll start finding out how much it costs to purchase wholesale.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
that
I'm saying we'll do that later.
I will leave that with him, and under the understanding that we will come back for the amount at the normal time when you're supposed to pay us dues.
So, like the next month when he pays his next month's dues.
Yeah, you.
So he has until the next time he owes you money to not only pay his normal amount, but to give you the profits from it.
Because that'll be, it'll definitely leave him with enough.
All right, so I'm gonna write that down as a note real quick. So, actually, I'm not gonna write it down. I'm gonna put it in my. Marshall's General Store
Tick dealer
to sell tick for not paying protection.
Dirty tick dealer.
And who are my dealers? Is that just something I have
That's
to come up
part
with?
of your 20 people.
Okay.
Which is why you're hurting right now. Like, some of your enforcers are acting as dealers right now instead of as enforcers.
Yeah,
Some of your
that's not good for
transportation people are acting as dealers right now instead of just transportation.
me. No bueno for business.
Yeah, it's no good.
That's
Like,
why
instead of
you
your,
have
it's,
trouble.
like maybe even your dealers, instead of your normal transportation people, now your dealers are like, oh, now I got to transport it and deal it. So, but like, yeah, that's why you're hurting for people right now. But and by the way, by the time you get back to your place, those 2 Tlincalli and 10 people and other 8 people have showed up,
Oh wow. Okay.
and they could have already been put.
fast service.
Well, he promised them.
But still,
Well, yeah. I guess we didn't really establish like
when they're
how.
gonna show
Yeah,
up.
like theoretically, it could have been a week from now. Like you never said when we were supposed to come here.
Yeah, the sooner we start, the sooner the next month's payment
thought-
can come in.
I thought he was going to be honest.
No, I'm just. Yeah, I'm just.
I think he has no reason to not be honest. He needs that money. At least right now he does. Okay. So, do you want to do the same thing at the craft shops, or?
Not. As soon as I realize that they're there, my mind goes to that situation and I forget about.
Okay. So, as you're making your way back, I'm gonna move to Pendry. Pendry, what are you doing at the tavern right now? Are you just drinking?
Yeah, probably just drinking and hanging out with the female Tlincalli that I have.
Do you have anything you want to like? Are you just having a good time, or do you want to have anything specific? Like, are you looking for any kind of information right now, or?
No, I feel like he's kind of like over the time, kind of got set into like having fun, and kind of gotten lazy about it, and like unless somebody comes up and brings up some crap he's got to deal with, he's just having fun.
All right, Christina. Some time has passed. Your meal is over with. But you are starting to feel anxious. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
So, what do? You got an itch that needs scratched.
Thanks. I know.
They have support groups for that.
I don't know. Is there anything interesting that I can learn in the bar?
I'll let you do a listen check.
Well, not necessarily like a listen check, but I'm just listening to like the items that are around me.
There's a bunch there. So you see Methias and Memnon. They're both partying it up. You know, Methias is like, you know, chatting up the Tlincalli, and Memnon's just kind of like maybe kind of longing after her, like, oh man, she's so fucking hot. There's only one of them. Damn it!
Wow.
God, I always get her after she's been used.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that would piss a guy off. I don't know.
Wow.
I guess maybe they probably wouldn't even think about it. That pissed me off, though. I wouldn't want used.
Stop.
I'm just talking out of my. You see some of his other guys just hanging out. You know, there's a couple of the girls in there. Like, let's say, I don't even remember all of them. Like, let me see that. We'll say definitely one of the males that are in there. The Dragonborn's hanging out. You know, looking for somebody who either wants some or wants to give him some. I don't know. There's the halfling is in there hanging out along with the dwarf. And a Loxodon. Why not? There's 3 girls and a guy hanging out in there.
I thought he didn't like those.
He likes to see them work, though. He can't just keep ignoring them. If you want to get angry enough that you just don't want them working for you, you can totally kill them if you want, or it's up to you.
I meant to say, are there any interesting metal objects in here?
Metal objects?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some brass cups, or some brass mugs or something like that. There's some pewter ones, maybe. They're not all the same kind of mug or anything. They don't have like a
Right. I was like, mugs don't sound like they'd be interesting to commune with.
You see a couple guys with weapons on them, but nothing, out of the ordinary.
No, there's nothing in here that's interesting that would keep me halfway entertained.
So, if we look at the map real quick, you're in this area right here, Christina. Where are you going to go from there? Give me your finger. Like, if you're not going to stay there and hang out, because you're right there. Actually, let me make sure. Sorry, I gotta look at the. Do. I'm looking for I need to look at it from the right angle. Okay, so right here. So yeah, you're right there. In this area. Don't be shy.
You're not super distracting. It's like.
Well, we're just trying to you're taking a moment here. Come on.
I'll go to the docks over here.
The docks over
The question was.
here or here?
There.
Zoop.
Well, that's going to take some time, so we're going to go ahead and go back to Marshall. By the time we get back to you, Marshall, you've gone into the Squidbilly's base. You see 2 Tlincalli there. 8 other people of varying races. They're all medium sized. They're not large like the Tlincalli. They kind of look at you as you come in and go, "We were sent by the boss. We're here to help. Give us some work."
Alright,
You can obviously tell that because it was a Tlincalli that said it. And, like, he wasn't saying it in a threatening way, but he was saying it as in, he doesn't have very good conversational skills.
Can I do a check to...
Sense motive?
Well, no, not sense motive, like, what would be a good one?
Gather information?
Yeah, gather information on whether or not any of them or my guys have any rumors or a starting point as to where, like, yes, we know where the fires are happening, but as to why and as to what, if anyone saw anything afterwards or before.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Always a good sign.
8.
8.
8 total?
Yeah.
We don't know shit.
Well, your guys kind of look at you and go, I mean, Will Bossa wasn't really in our area, so we weren't really paying attention. I mean, he told us to concentrate. I mean...
Are you allowing me to do a separate check with them?
Yeah,
Or
you
is
can
that
do a
all
separate...
just
You
one?
can do a separate check with them if you want. Because, I mean, they know different things. Than,
Maybe
you know.
the lobster brood will know.
The lobster. Funny.
Hey, there we go. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Well, all we've heard is that the person was described as having ears, like an elf. I know that doesn't really help
You're
much.
shitting me.
I know that doesn't really help
Hey,
much.
fellas, they cracked the case. Good thing we paid 85 gold for them, because, man, we know exactly where the fuck we're going now.
Wow.
If you would have let me finish,
The information you're getting is crap.
I could have told you that they're pretty sure it's a male. It's not a Triton because they weren't blue-skinned. It's
Okay.
not a drow, so it's not because there wasn't a gray-skinned. And that leaves high elves, wood elves, and half elves. Now, I'm just gonna use my poor logic here, as you kind of showed off there a little bit, that there's not a whole lot of high elves and wood elves that tend to leave their home forest. So maybe we're looking for a half elf. By the way,
Is
my
that supposed to
finger...
be a dirty gesture there, Clawface?
He's just flipping you.
Mr. Snips.
How'd you know my
Clamps.
name? No, I'm kidding.
How great would that be?
I'm kidding.
That's his
They just
gangster
call him
name.
Snips.
Mr. Snips.
They just call.
And it's Mr. too. It has to be the Mr.
A doctor.
But what's the guy from
Yeah,
Futurama?
Doctor, motherfucker.
What's the guy?
Zoidberg.
Zoidberg?
No. The
Clamps.
The clamps.
The
yeah.
clamps.
That's why I said the snips. It's the snips.
I didn't go to 5 years of evil medical school
To be called thank you
Mr.
very much.
Ah. So
Okay, can I do? Let's see here. Check. Well, they'd probably go. I'll just ask it if I have to do.
yeah, just
check
go
it
ahead
out.
and tell me what you want. And we'll.
Are they aware of anyone in their employee or in their bankroll that would fit, like, maybe not fit that description, but, you know, be an elf or a high elf or something like that that could point us in that direction? The same with my guys.
So you have no elves at all in your employ. I can tell you that right now. You have no elves.
Yeah.
They also have no elves of any kind in their employ. But they suggest that you send somebody to talk to the girls and get all the information you can from the girls to see, because, you know, everybody, regardless of who you are, because if you're a male, you visited that brothel more than likely at least once in your life. So,
Well,
World's oldest profession.
Then my servant will come up to my ear and whisper in it, and then Set will just yell out, "Joey, Franken, Josiah."
they're like, they think you're about to give them the job, like you go up to the brothel, and they're like, ah! They step on up like, yeah, boss. They look at you like they're excited, like they're ready to work.
Christmas.
Yeah, and you're happy now. I hear you've got some loose tongues.
And literally, their whole entire like demeanor of like happy just kind of went straight to like, oh shit. And they don't say a word.
Proof and point with the lobster breed over here. Basically, it's like, all right, you three. You need to go back to the brothel you're so fond of and get information from for us to find out beginning point or who's starting this.
All right. So I want to say that by the time Christina gets to the docks, your guys is, you know, you're the three guys, Joey, Franken, and Josiah, had made it to the, you know, the brothel.
That's fine.
So real quick, I'm just gonna go back to Christina. Like, Christina, what are you doing once you reach the docks?
Are there any boats like out in the water?
There are boats out in the water, and then there are boats docked at the docks. And your boat is there, docked at the docks.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot about my boat. Yeah. No, I'm more interested in the boats out in the water.
Okay, there are a few boats out in the water. They're just kind of...
How far are they?
You probably wouldn't want to swim to them.
What? That's not a distance. Give me, like, a ballpark distance.
I mean...
I'm not planning on swimming.
50, 75 yards from the dock. They're out in the bay.
You switched out to yards, damn.
They're out in the bay.
Okay.
This world uses metric.
Ah, shut up! I do not use metric.
What else are we gonna use?
That's right.
Yards are not metric.
Potatoes.
I was like, yards are not metric. Okay, so they're like way out there.
Yeah, they're like not gonna... I mean, they have to be far enough out that they're obviously not docking, but they can't be so close in that they're going to hurt ships that are trying to dock or leave. So...
Well, darn. I was hoping to, like, practice. But they're
Practice?
Too far away. They're too far away.
There are plenty of other boats docked, though.
There are. Okay. Well, that doesn't do any good.
Alright. Come on. This is a 3-person group, not a 7-person group. Don't need to be taking 10 minutes to think of something here.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was hoping to get a little practice in.
But, like, you can't just have boats, you know, hanging out right, not at the docks, and then, you know, 10 feet out from the docks.
Are you blinking, or are you just gonna blow one up?
How much metal is on a boat?
It depends on what type of boat it is.
Tis true.
There's no warships in this bay, but there are some merchant ships, and there are some personal yachts, you know, some sailboats, some rowboats.
Jebediah Springfield personal rowboat.
I keep looking at this figure, and I just want to go get my painting kit and start painting. I got a really nice painting kit.
Nice.
So in case you want to paint your figures, you know, I have something.
I have some stuff at home, but yeah, wish I had more time.
I thought it'd be cool to do like a speed painting thing on just, you know, record me painting it, but speed it up and then just talk about
You can time lapse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try.
Try.
I was hoping to use this one thing, but it's not actually gonna cause any fire. It just doesn't look like.
Character really must be addicted to sex, because it's like all like he was all about, and after that he's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Blood flows in the wrong place.
That's where he started me. So it's like
Blood came back to the brain. I was like, I don't know. What's this?
What the hell is
Okay.
juice?
I'm gonna try to test. I'm gonna test my range on my firebolt.
Do it.
Just got exact random shit.
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
The range is 120 feet.
Boom.
So I'm gonna try to hit something that far away. Because I'm trying to like see see how well that goes out.
Go to a brothel and then just blow up.
But that's like I was hoping that maybe I could do some things in the bay because I thought that'd be fun. But
If you're
there's nothing there that's close
trying
enough.
Down
Keep
by
a
the
low
bay,
pro-
you
that's-
just may.
It's not exactly a way to keep a low profile, but
Whatever. All right, I'm gonna toss a firebolt.
I'm gonna be sneaky. Molotov cocktail.
Wow.
Who said anything about sneaking? Okay. Like, it's fine.
You, when you left my establishment
Yeah, I
with
don't-
with your fake nose and glasses, plastic fake nose
Okay, it was a
glasses.
spell.
with your Groucho Marco mustache and
Right.
glasses. Arr.
Thanks, doll. Have a great time. See you next time.
Alright, let me see this. Oh, that's a level 9 spell. That's why it's 360
No,
feet.
Caleb. No. I have the 5e version
Yeah.
that you dumbed down and didn't give me the cool effects of the 9. Oh.
Okay, so roll a d20 and add your spell modifier and your dexterity modifier.
It's dexterity. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you also
Oh yeah,
add
it's
your
a ranged spell.
yeah, it's a ranged spell.
I forgot
So
that.
you add your dexterity modifier, and all your spells are charisma based, right?
Yeah.
So you add your charisma modifier.
I'm gonna use my my gift of sight ability. I rolled 2d20s beforehand. I'm gonna use my 16.
So you rolled a 16,
yeah,
and you get plus what to it?
plus 3 plus 1.
So you got a
20.
20.
A non crit 20.
Okay, so you definitely just hit a ship.
Boom.
It was a ship that was, between 50 and 60 feet out.
Oh, I was trying to
probably
hit
full of
120.
orphans or something.
Oh well, I don't. If you want to hit a
I'm
ship
trying to do the full range that I
like
can.
60 yards, okay, fine. Well,
I'm trying to
as
test-
close to the ship, you got
Yeah.
as close as you think you can get,
Yeah.
and you just caught a ship on fire, and you see it burn. You see it catching on fire and burning, getting brighter and brighter and hotter, and then let's see if anybody
Oh, it
sees
takes
you.
a 1d10 damage. And then,
Yeah, but it's a wooden ship.
it's a wooden ship. Yeah. Yeah, it catches fire.
Somebody notices you.
Like Mimi.
Yeah, they see like, where's that coming from? And they follow it back like
In the middle
like,
of the night, a giant fireball from the bank.
But it's somebody on the docks with you, like not they're ways away. They're like, ah, fire, arsonist, arsonist, and they start yelling and screaming, running down the roads, arson, arson.
All right. Well, I guess that was fun, but I gotta go now. I'm gonna use
Not gonna stay and roast marshmallows.
no. I'm gonna use
Throw another one. It'll put fire. Puts out fire.
How do you fight fire with fire?
Oh no! Somebody lit this boat on fire.
If I put this lantern on the ground that's on fire, it'll put it out.
Quick, douse it in oil.
So how far away was it that I actually hit?
We'll say 58 yards.
Oh, so I got it pretty far. Yes. Alright. I'm going to use my spell, my level 2 spell that I prepared. Pass without trace. I don't know what. I didn't write. It's another standard action. But I don't remember. It's just a d20, isn't it?
Pass without trace.
Yeah. I've won standard action. I'm not so familiar with using spells. This is the first time I've actually used spells.
Hold on, let me see it.
I think it's a touch thing.
The subject or subjects move, leaving their footprints nor scent, tracking the subjects impossible by non-natural means. Okay, so you don't have to roll anything, you just do it to yourself.
Okay. I do pass without trace, and I'll start heading
Because the
home.
saving throw for it is will to negate it, but I mean, you're not going to try to actively negate it, are you?
No. So I'm just gonna go home.
Okay.
You're gonna try and disappear or anything?
So let's go back to
I'll run.
Joey, Franken, and
I just wanted to test
Josiah.
because that was my longest range. So I'm like, wonder if I can hit it.
Joey, Franken, and Josiah will.
I have one quick question.
Okay, yeah. What's up?
I have. It's a brilliant negotiator. Is one of my feats, and it says you may add both your intelligence and charisma modifier to all diplomacy checks. Now, is that on top of my diplomacy total?
Yeah.
Or does it replace it?
Okay, so what's diplomacy's normal ability?
Because there's...
Its normal is a 3. What's your 3 charisma?
Yeah.
And it says you get to add what?
It says you may add both your intelligence and charisma modifier to all diplomacy checks.
Okay, so you take what your diplomacy is and just add your intelligence.
Okay, so because charisma's already
Charisma's already added in.
added.
Yep.
Okay.
So, now...
And that would be in the miscellaneous modifier?
Yeah, I would just put it in the miscellaneous modifier for 5. Joey, Franken, and Josiah will get there, and they'll do like a quick, 1, 2, 3, shoot, or who has to talk to the madam while the other two go have some fun. Joey, Franken, Josiah. Franken is unfortunately going to have to go talk to the madam, which isn't a horrible thing because she's really hot. She's a tiefling. But Joey will go. Not Joey. Franken. Franken will go up to the madam and tell her that they're looking for information on half elves that frequent the area, maybe even the establishment themselves. Before that, she starts talking to them, she sends a messenger out to you and the messenger comes in, Pendry. Hey boss, we got boys from the Squidbillies up here. They're asking about the firebug. Trying to get some information from Madam, what'd you pick her name for her name?
Sorceress.
Madam Sorceress.
What? Why?
They're trying to find it. They're saying they think it's a half elf or something. Half elf?
There's none of those around here.
You want her to tell her what they know?
I'll just go over there.
All right.
Let's go.
So she tells Franken that it's going to be a minute. She's got to go take care of something, and she'll meet you outside and go. How you doing, Methias? You looking good today, honey?
As usual. Thanks.
How's we gotta come up with a Tlincalli name for that. We gotta come up with a name for her.
I named her
Isis. How's Isis treating you? I heard she's being a good girl.
Oh, as always. She's my favorite.
Really
Well, you know,
competition.
you always got a room here if you ever want to get down to business.
We've got the sense.
Appreciate it.
Now, why don't you say we go take care of this this young little squidbilly up there, and let my establishment get back to making us some money.
Yeah, these fish bellies are getting annoying.
Fish bellies. I love it.
I do like it. I think it's really funny.
Fish.
So she'll come in and go, all right, Franken, we're ready to conversate here a little bit, and then you can walk in right behind him, and Franken just kind of goes,
Yeah, let's get down to business. Our
and he'll
time
just
is
like
money.
turn like stark white, like, and he'll just kind of look at you like, so we heard that we think it's a half elf,
Yeah, I already heard that. What else?
that maybe one of the girls know who he is.
Why do you think that?
Doesn't everybody come here?
Yeah.
I'm from a rival gang and I come here.
Well, I haven't heard anything about a half elf coming.
Now, Methias, I think some of our girls might know something. Why don't you let me go take a quick trip around the house, and we'll see what we come up with, huh?
Very well.
Why
Sounds
don't,
good.
why don't you entertain our young friend here in the ways of scorpion folk manners?
Yeah, let's arm wrestle.
he's just like,
Oh, calm down. I'll use my hands, not my pincers. Jeez.
So she'll.
He's got normal arms as well as pincers.
Yeah, he's got
I thought it was just
pincers.
pincers.
No, he's got
like the rock
pincers.
in the scorpion or in the mummy too.
He only had pincers.
No, he had arms too.
He had a full body.
I swear he had
Because
them.
he had his weapons and he had the scorpion body. Okay.
So
Yeah. How many times have I been writing
Madam
this stuff?
Sorcerer will go out and start talking to the girls.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a percentage to see if anybody else has been sleeping with a half elf besides Spyra.
Hey, you know what? I've been paying for discretion. And I'm gonna be pretty
It doesn't
pissed
matter.
off.
You can pay for all the discretion you want when your actions are causing business to possibly.
Shit.
Hey, we haven't told anyone outside the organization anything.
All right. Can I look at your sheet real quick? Your yellow one. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, we gotta come up with a furbolg name real quick. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna come up with a furbolg. Female name.
What?
Wow, what a surprise.
Wait, yeah, he did have pincers. I remember that now.
But they're actually on his body. That's what threw me off. And he's
Ooh,
got.
I like
I think
that.
he's got little teeny pincers in front too.
He's got his legs, he's got his tail, and he's got just the two pincers.
No, see, he's got a scorpion set too. But I look like that, but I actually have hands instead of the little pincers. But
Okay, so Madam Sorceress.
we'll call it a draw. Anyway.
No.
Madam Sorceress comes back. She goes, my lord, Methias, we found a couple girls who have been servicing some half-elves recently.
Really?
We've got Alafina here, and in walks a very attractive furbolg. Hold on a minute. I can't show. I'm not going to show any art to the viewers at home watching because I don't have any. That's not mine. I don't want to show art that's not mine. So, unfortunately, you guys will have to suffer without any kind of picture. But since you guys don't know what a furbolg looks like, except for Stina, they are kind of elvish a little bit. They have longer, droopier kind of ears like that,
Oh.
and kind of gray skin. but they're still, and they're very fey-like creatures. Usually they're druids or something like that, but in walks her, and then she goes, not only did Alafina here sleep with a half-elf a couple times, but Fyra here has been with a certain half-elf, a certain Prince Adorin, many times over the past 4 months now.
Prince of
2 months. I'm sorry.
Prince of where?
I think he's from Coise, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the half-elf kingdom. I don't tend to care much about the royals unless they tend to visit me.
We had royalty around here. No one told me.
Listen here, Daddy. We did tell you. That's why we was paying that money to keep it quiet that he was here.
Oh. Maybe I've had a few too many tonight. Anyway.
But it looks like Alafina's boy is here if you'd like to speak with him. But Prince Adorin has more than likely retired to his estate outside the city.
Well, what kind of information did you get from him, ladies?
Well, Alafina will come up and go, oh, hey, Daddy. Well, let's see here. This boy is, he's kind of quiet-spoken. He kind of... why does every girl have a southern accent?
I don't know why you
right?
immediately go to it, Caleb.
I immediately go to that southern accent with every...
Because they're all hookers.
Because they're all...
No, anytime Caleb does a girl, a lot of the times they end up in some sort of southern dialect.
Hold on, let me change her a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, Daddy. This boy doesn't really come around that often, but he's a quiet little guy. I mean, I don't think he'd hurt a fly. I mean, he's not very bold spoken. I mean, his wallet speaks, but not really. He doesn't really.
How many times have you seen him?
2. He's fairly new to the area too. I think he's only been here for about a couple weeks.
And how long has been since
they've been going on for about a month and a half?
Well, then that doesn't make sense. That doesn't fit the time.
So Alafina says, I have a client downstairs. Do you mind if I excuse myself?
Of course, honey. Time is money.
And she blows you a little kiss and walks out. Fyra comes in. She goes. She goes. Hi, Daddy. How are you? Fuck! I went in.
That's not how Fyra was speaking to me.
That's not how. How was she speaking?
Like a person.
Like a person.
Like a normal girl.
Hi, Daddy. How are you today?
Doing all right. What about you? How much information have you gotten from our little prince?
Well, he doesn't really talk much. I mean, well, he really only opened up today.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind
just
of
likes
talked.
to get down to things, huh?
Oh yeah, he's a pumper, chumper, and lever. But it's good. Let me tell you that.
Jesus.
I mean, I don't know what they've been putting in the water over in Coise, but it's been working.
I think he's been getting a little bit of rhino horn.
just a little bit right there.
No. It's all natural, like you're all natural.
Sorry. But all I can really tell you is that he's been here for about 2 months. He lives here now permanently, but he lives in an estate outside the city. He's a nice guy. He just doesn't like to talk much, I guess. He's always talking about how alive I am, and I thought that was kind of weird.
Oh.
He likes dead stuff?
I don't know.
What kind of freak is he?
I don't know. He's always talking about, like, he likes it a... What'd you say earlier? Because you didn't say lively, Christina. You said...
I said she's so alive.
Yeah, he's always saying, I'm so alive. And
you think he'll hurt you?
I don't think he'd hurt me.
Why would you take that in such a weird way?
Because that's where I decided to take it.
Okay.
I don't think he'd ever hurt me.
Alright.
I mean...
But still, that's a lot of mystery in that one. And the timing fits. Maybe we should do a little more investigating.
There's only 2 halflings in this whole city.
Well, it's the only two that they've found recently.
When's the next time he's going to come back to see you?
Well, he tends to see me at least. I don't know, Christina. How often do you come?
Every time.
Hit my face.
Ah, gross! Ah,
you didn't think that was the first thing my mind went to.
I didn't.
I would say, since I found out that this place exists, I've probably been coming like once or twice a week, maybe.
He comes about twice a week, and every time he does come, believe me, he comes.
You know he does.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to use the joke.
Well, why don't you make sure and try and get whatever more out of him you can next time he's back, especially since you said he started talking today. Sounds like you're building that relationship.
All right, Daddy, I will. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
So, Franken just goes, Can I go?
You're still here?
That's his cue. He runs out.
He was in the room the whole time, just like, what's going on?
He didn't get told to leave.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, that's his cue. Like, he leaves. And,
Like, hey, you! Stop!
He stops.
I don't care if you tell your boss pretty much everything you heard right now, but you can leave the name out of it.
Whatever you say.
If I find out that you told the name of this client we have that pays for that, I don't even know the word, but to stay private.
Honey, it's anonymity.
Well, thank you, darling. That word.
Did he even get his name?
Yeah, he said Prince.
Okay, I didn't-
blah, blah,
Prince
blah, blah.
Adorin, yeah.
Sorry.
Then you will get stung. I promise that.
I even want to think that like your tail kind of rattles up a little bit, and, like over your shoulder, like a rattlesnake kind of. Oh, in dodgeball.
And tell your boss we'll let him know more information as we have it. Now get.
He runs. And Madame Source kind of looks over at you and goes, "We attract the strangest of folk, don't we, sugar?"
Those fish bellies are some strange people.
All right, honey. Well, I got to get back to work, and you got to go back to enjoying your drink. So why don't you head on over to the tavern and tell Isis that she better bring in some money, because even though she may be the boss's favorite, that booty's got to pay her bills around here.
I hear you. I'll let her know. I might go over and do me a little bit of gaming.
So she'll give you like a little peck on the cheek, you know. And now get on out. And she smacks you on the abdomen, like
Go
whatever.
out there and be someone.
Like whatever goes for a scorpion's ass, like she smacks it on the ass.
You always were a spicy one.
Fire! God, I love playing girls, because I always play those stereotypical girls.
You always play like the southern one.
I know, I do it all the
you
time.
You dig it right out of it. Every time. It's like I'm playing a girl. I better dig out that southern mother.
Alright, so we found out a couple of things going on in this session. We think the clues have been drawn together. We're going to go ahead and call it a game here right now and start up the next session. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, head on down to that like button and hit it for me. And if you're new, subscribe, hit that bell. Come back and join us next time as we find out whether or not the poison scorpions, and the squidbillies are going to find out who's causing the arsons around Cico and what's going to happen in the future of their endeavors. But again, this is LordMoch,
the amazing Pendo.
Me.
Wow.
Marshall.
and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.